1 2 2 2. Check 1 2. 1 2.
video.
You got it, Mr. Brown.
Mr. Brown, is it possible after all this to go into the choir room? Because I left like some stuff in there. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 62nd commencement of Edison High School, the mighty, mighty class of 2021. At this time, any of the chamber singers could report to the Mr. Brown at the front. Any of the chamber singers that are going to be singing, quickly report to Mr. Brown. If everyone could also please rise. Now, Zaria Fogel, official announcer of EHS, will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. For the last time, class of 2021, the sky's the limit, fly high, Eagles. Please remain standing for our national anthem.
See by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, the land of the free, and the home of the brave, of the brave.
Thank you. Please be seated. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on this occasion. I'd like to give special thanks. Check. Take two. I'd like to give special thanks to the band for performing our processional and recessional today. And before I begin to give some more thanks, I'd like us all to just have a moment of silence for all those that we've lost this year and those that are still suffering from sickness and violence. Thank you. I need to give thanks to Dr. Bragan, our superintendent, coming back to the place where he graduated on this very field approximately 15 years ago. Dr. Bragan, am I about right? Everybody knows. Mr. Sandell can give me the correct number. I'd like to thank Ms. Polakowski, our Director of Secondary Education, Chief Academic Officer. I'd like to thank the members of the Board of Education. I'd like to thank Ms. Cindy Tafaro for coming tonight. Thank you so much. My custodians and grounds, the setup crew, Mr. Jaworski and Montez Productions with the sounds, my administrative team, the #1 team in New Jersey, my faculty, Mr. Piccolo, the senior advisor, all of the parents for trusting us with their most valuable assets, and for all of you students for believing in what we do here at Edison High School. You know, everybody wants a happy ending, but it doesn't always roll that way. Maybe this time. I thought it was perfect that our graduation got postponed a day. Not because we had to wait, but because there was rain and downpour and it was cloudy and overcast. And we said, no, hold on, better things are coming. Just wait a little bit. If we keep our heads together and we keep focused on the prize, better things will come. And today has to be one of the most beautiful days of the year, and not just because we're spending it with you guys. I hope when you guys play this graduation live stream back, it's in celebration. I hope all of our families, we can stay united. We can keep joining together in these celebrations. Something like a normal version of the planet can be restored if there ever was such a thing. What a class. Graduates now. If you guys told me 4 years ago that almost half your career would be remote or hybrid, that we'd be quarantined to this extent with masks, 6 feet, 3 feet of social distance, but yet still the mighty, mighty class of 21 would rise and have a senior year to remember, a senior sunset, championships that never happened before, a digital best in the nest, and an outdoor prom that our Eagles would always find ways to have their student voice heard over all of these digital platforms. I mean, I wouldn't have been surprised, but there's epic forces at play here. And for better or worse, this reality is the Eagles you guys are going to find a way to continue growing up in. So I figure I'd give this speech pretty quick just to make sure that the weather holds off. And speeches are usually very good brief. This is the future that you guys are going to put together. And I'm not even scared at all about the feasibility of this, because making miracles happen is the Eagle gig. That's what you guys do. And part of this journey is the end. But your next journey has just begun. Everything is going to work out exactly the way it's supposed to, just like it did today, because you will make it so. Thank you for being what's great about Edison High. I love you, 2021. At this time, it gives me great pride to introduce the valedictorian for the class of 2021, Mr. Evan Keaton, who is going to Rutgers to study mathematics and dance.
To my parents, my friends, my teachers, and the administration, and especially to Saketh, Abigail, and Mrs. Frey, who helped me write this speech, thank you for being here today and for all that you've done leading up to today. I am deeply grateful to everyone who has helped me become the person that I am today. But my gratitude does not end there, for our lives are full of gifts, from simple gifts like food, friendship, and family, to larger blessings like terrific teachers, an excellent education, and the marked maturity we've nurtured over the past 4 years, to the greatest graces of all, our lives, our health, and our happiness. We have much for which we owe our gratitude. Among these many gifts, one that particularly deserves recognition is the gift of art. Like my STEM peers, I have gained invaluable experience in topics ranging from differential calculus to world history to basic relativity. But today, I'd like to recognize the underappreciated importance of our school's thriving arts community, the field that ties these disparate areas together. Too often, this community fades into the background at Edison High School. For instance, until the pandemic hit, I failed to fully appreciate the murals that decorate our walls. I saw them every day, so they too soon faded into anonymity. However, during recent visits to the school, they've practically leapt off the walls at me, their hollow absence having illuminated their remarkable presence. Their body of ideas captures a broad spectrum, Among the vast hallways, you will find works ranging from a forest at sunset to a portrait of loneliness to Avengers fan art to a decaying Statue of Liberty championing the value of freedom, and countless others too varied to name here. They are the voices of eagles past and present who have now taken flight in the adult world. But from the chaos of these disparate voices emerges a unanimous society, a rainbow of culture reflected in these works. We are all, in a way, artists, even if we do not produce fine arts by definition, for we are contributors to this rainbow of culture. No one sees this artistry more than teachers, who dedicate their lives to the most challenging art of all, shaping a willful bundle of energy and passion into the perfectly balanced, yet ever-evolving mixture of ideas and emotions and values and beliefs that is an individual human being. Each of us is unique. Our identities are individual notes, clashing and harmonizing with each other in waves of tension and resolution, expectation and release. Together, we form a symphony, future parents, future teachers, future singers and dancers, future writers, future mathematicians, future accountants and politicians and bankers, future cooks, future lawyers, future people, all coming together to make this raging storm that we call society. As the symphony grows within me, one quote arises to summarize it all. Taken from the novel All the Light We Cannot See, this quote commemorates those who died in the Second World War with the following lines: "We rise again in the grass, in the flowers, in songs." It is a reminder that, like the contents of this quote, we are beautiful simply because we exist. Art exists for the sake of beauty, so why should we be any different? I believe that our purpose in life is to live for who we are. This philosophy, life for the sake of living, is the basis of human greatness. When we come alive, we have the wisdom to understand ourselves, the knowledge to implement this understanding, the courage to use that knowledge, and the dedication to turn this courage into a rewarding life's work. Living with dedication, courage, knowledge, and understanding leads to the discovery of the best versions of oneself, one's magnum opus over which they toil until their dying day. And for this fact, I offer my gratitude, knowing that the art in my life enables me to live in harmony with this ideal. I implore you all to do the same, for it is time to soar. Thank you.
It is now my pleasure to introduce the salutatorian for the class of 2021, Erin Marielle Go. Erin is going to Rutgers to study nursing.
Good evening to the class of 2021 and everyone who has helped us on our journey of challenges and growth. Thank you to our teachers, counselors, coaches, and administrators for this gift of an education and your unwavering faith in us throughout this 12-year journey. Thank you to our friends for the stomach-clenching laughs and the teary-eyed late-night FaceTime calls. Thank you to our families for dealing with our sleepless nights and cranky mornings and the last-minute runs to Target or Hobby Lobby for our school projects. I'd also like to personally thank my siblings, Lal and G, for being my rock and my favorite therapist, and my parents for sacrificing home and comfort to take the world and hold it within reach so that my siblings and I may someday hold it in our hands. 12 years ago, in my 6-year-old mind, fresh off the plane, in wonder of the world, and reading picture books while I envied my classmates who were reading chapter books on the classroom rug, I would have never dreamt that I'd be standing on the stage before you tonight, holding this honor. Looking back at our elementary selves, school selves, who, I don't know about you, but I only ever looked forward to Club Penguin after school and fun and field days at the end of the year, and had big dreams of being a singer, a spy, a horse even. I would say that our 6-year-old selves are proud of us and how far we've come, especially these past 4 years. I remember my first time in the auditorium. It was the fall athletes meeting. I sat stick straight, terrified of the booming voice that commanded the attention of the room, reciting the 4 R's. He had told us that these 4 years would go by quickly. I didn't believe him. Holding back tears at the end of my senior night for soccer, I looked back on my 4 years. The awkward freshman year, the depressing sophomore year, the interesting junior year, the unreal senior year, or at least what had been the start of it. I wondered where the time went. Despite how short our high school experience feels now, we've undergone lasting growth that has transformed us as people. For instance, when I'm riding shotgun, I've made a habit of scouting the best places to U-turn because I've learned that following the GPS is apparently not easy for some people. I end my calls with "I love you" and say "I'm proud of you" often because I've learned that it never hurts to offer these reminders to others. I've learned that the balance on my card drops quickly. I've learned that driving diagonally through 4 lanes of traffic to get free Krispy Kreme is one of the scariest, but also the most memorable things you could ever do. Throughout these 4 years, we've learned not only in the content in our online textbooks, but also memories and habits and lessons that will hold on to us. And in the future, when we dig down to their roots, we will find the people that have anchored us to the ground and nurtured these pieces of us. But as we take the world into our hands, we'll find that there will always be obstacles. Even though you think we finally had our fair share this past year, we'll find that life will continue to be far from rainbows and butterflies. We'll face setbacks. We'll face people who will question the positions in which we stand. It's inevitable, but we shouldn't cave into these doubts nor begin questioning ourselves as a result. We have all faced our own individual and unique challenges to get to this accomplishment, and no one else except you truly knows the sleepless nights, the breakdowns, the ugly that you've endured to stand in the position that you do tonight. For you to grow not only in your education, but as a person ready to face the world and the whole other set of challenges, setbacks, and people who will question and doubt you. I commend and honor you all for your perseverance and urge you to continue to endure. Class of 2021, the world is within reach. We now all have the opportunity to hold it in our hands and do some good. But no matter how far you go, nor how high you reach, I ask that you continue loving and being kind to yourself. I ask that you never forget the people who've made you smile and gasp for air as you laugh and how they've made you feel. I hope that high school is not the best time of your life, despite the many claims of our parents and teachers, that you are happier day by day and find more and more people that just make you light up when you see them or think of them, that you stop often and take a moment to look around at the present, that you find all of the bright places that encourage your growth and all of the bright places that you're looking for. I hope that when you look back 5, 10, 50 years from now, you wonder where the time has gone, yet find nothing that you would ever change, because all of these pieces of you, nurtured and anchored to the ground, have grown to be the successful, fulfilled adult that your 6-year-old self and now high school self would be proud of. Congratulations to the class of 2021, Edison High's best and strongest class. I'm so proud of each and every one of you on this turf tonight, and I know you will go far. Celebrate, and I wish you all the best of luck in your future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you. At this time, chamber singers, so that we can have our musical selection, the words of which are on the back of your program. But chamber singers, if you could report to Mr. Brown. Thank you. Now, this year, we've had a number of very experienced and fantastic educators decide to move on to the next journey in their lives. Kathleen Emery, a teacher's aide, Anthony Barry, a science teacher, Linda Ryan, mathematics, Tom Cantliner, special ed. But one of the most beloved figures in Edison High School, someone that I met the first day that I got appointed 11 years ago, someone who has touched lives as a teacher for 10 years in Brooklyn before he came here, is Mr. Kenneth Brown. He's retiring and leaving us, and I think we all need to give him a round of applause worthy of the love that he has shown us. Thank you, Mr. Brown. And now our superintendent, Dr. Brayton.
Thank you, Mr. Ross. First and foremost, I want to congratulate our graduates today. You have endured something unprecedented in recent memory, and yet still, you sit before us today about to graduate from this great high school. This school year was bereft of many of the traditional activities associated with one's senior year. And despite this, our graduates were actually provided with something else, something different, something actually quite extraordinary that's been absent from previous graduating senior classes. In order to be seated here today, you, our 2021 graduating seniors, needed to demonstrate an unparalleled degree of resiliency and had to overcome an abrupt end to your traditional junior year when the district went totally remote last March. You then needed to learn how to complete all of your coursework to the highest level of academic rigor expected of the Edison Public Schools, but now totally remote via a computer screen. And you did this successfully, thinking it was only going to be temporary. And come September, you'd have a traditional start of your senior year. Yet that did not happen either. You had a senior year unlike any other in recent history. You participated online, in person, and/or some derivation of that throughout this entire year. Through all of this, you persevered, you adapted, you adjusted, you overcame each change, and successfully navigated these obstacles to be sitting here today. You are to be commended for this, and I would be remiss if I did not mention that the requisite resilience and perseverance to successfully navigate the COVID-19 pandemic and the impact it had on your academic career did not indeed provide you perhaps your most valuable lesson thus far. As our town's famous namesake, Thomas Edison, is credited with saying, "Genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration." Remember this and use it as a mantra moving forward. Work hard. Don't be afraid to fail. Take chances. Accept challenging opportunities, especially those which have an unclear outcome. I encourage you to do this because it will lead you to a more prosperous life, and because you've already demonstrated the resiliency to overcome any obstacle. Despite all other things, resiliency is a skill and a mindset that will never let you down. I'm reminded of a story some years ago when I was teaching my then 6-year-old daughter how to ice skate. As she looked up to me with her scratched face after falling a half dozen times, she said to me, "Dad, it's not how many times you fall, it's how many times you get up, right?" We all fall, but we derive our strength from getting up. In summation, congratulations to all of you. Never forget the training and the world-class education you received from our district. You are ready for whatever awaits you. Continue to make us proud. Continue on your path to excellence, and always continue to shine bright, Edison. Thank you. At this time, Mr. Mohan Patel, our Board of Education Vice President, and other members of the Board of Education, I duly certify to you that the class of 2021 has completed all of the local and state requirements to receive the distinction of being graduates of this fine institution. Ladies and gentlemen, the Edison High School class of 2021. I should be up here. I'll call you up when it's time.
So I stand here, right? Stand here.
Yep, you stand right on the X.
Muhammad Abdullah. Fiza Abid. Sean Abramic. Sebastian Abreu. Regina Acharya. Gunjan Adya. William Offlerbach. Sophia Ahmad. Syed Ahmed. Hasib Hassan. Adiola Ajiboro. Rania Alabora. Nicholas Almonte. Aman. Jeffrey Amponza. Elias Ananiadis. Justine Anderson. Natasha Anderson. Zion Andrews. Arlie Antillon. Sohan Apala Baktala. Gabriela Aravala. Zachary Arjman. Preet Aurora.
Madison Aruda. Aruj Arshad. Wania Asim. Rushi Artavle. Tamor Author. Alejandro Avalon. Shirley Avila. Brianna Ayala. David Ayache. Renee Ayers. Alandis Ayupov. Jerry Balbuena. Sahil Banga. Taranjeet Banger. Desmond Bangura. Kelly Bartko. Mirthula Baskarin. Lucio Bautista.
Sheila Bezelar. Selena Beckles. Alexander Bellum. Juan Patentes Maldonado. Trinity Bata.
Jack Henry Bills. David Bishop. Alfred Samuel Bispo. Brian M. Blanchett. Alexander Bochenko Nana. Shrikar Bogavarapu. Bishoy Boles. Nevaeh Boyd. Gavin J. Broder. Raymond J. Brown. Joshua M. Bullen. Randy Burbank. Andrew S. Kabatu. Giovanna Cabreja. Trinity A. Caldwell Hassan. Imada Kamba. Stephen Carney. Jacqueline Carrillo Torres. Evan Cataldo. Aaron Sender. Suman Chaudhry. Eileen Chen. Joanne Chen.
Evan Chang. Emily Chung. Jessica Chiarella. Sia Chokshi. Neoma Chowdhury. Talia Sisson. Jason Clunas. Haley Collins. Leonardo F. Cortez. Morgan Cottrell. Garrett Crotty. Amaya Lee Cruz. Cameron J. Cruz. Hassan Mohammed. Hussein Mohammed. Anthony J. D'Alessandro. Tyler Dalton. Sonali Dawadi. Trevor J. Demansky. Samantha T. Damon. Trinity S. Daniels. Joey S. Dada. Janiyah Davis. Tyree Davis.
Jose J. De La Barrera. Rachel DeFuria. Tatiana DePaula. Emilio R. DePasquale. Janesh P. Desai. Grace K. DiCarlo. Elijah D. Doda. Nikhil Donipuda. Zane M. Donahue. Deshna Doshi. Thomas Eagle. Praket Ihime. Cameron L. Maroof. Salma E. Eld. Vijay A. Ilango. Alexis M. Elias. Julissa Encarnacion. Rebecca L. Engholm. Matthew Estrella. Natalie S. Fejo. Patricia Feinberg. Justin Fernandez. Paul M. Fernandez. Deseni Fernando.
Jalen Farrell. Thomas Farrell. Gina Fitz. Ariel Fiez. Antonia Bliss. Gabriella Francois. Jamar Rashawn Woods Frazier Jr. Camilla Freyer. Shane Gannon. Chetan Ganja. Ann D. Garcia. Catherine Gardner. Dejan Ronaldo O'Brien Gale. Daniel Gazif. Christopher Daniel Giselle. Hans Jiva. Michael E. Gibbs. Mark Gergis. Erica N. Gonzalez. Kayla Jaline Gonzalez. Santiago Gonzalez Lopez. Padmaje Gopalam. Natalia Abigail Gordon. Eric I. Grenby.
Danush Mathawaran. Constantina Mattis. Evan G. Matter. Daniel T. Morath. Michael J. Mabin. Barrington A. McCain. Kayla D. McGinnis. Leah A. McGuire. Aiden C. McKenna. Archa S. Mehta. Tiffany May. Tyler J. Mellinger. Reddit M. Marquette. Mateo Massa. Faith F. Mikowski. Mandy L. Miller. Henny M. Modi. Ayad W. Muhammad. Dominic J. Montalto. Diani A. Moore. Bryce J. Morsiglio. Aisha A. Morshed. Samantha A. Moxie.
Arman Muchala. Katim Muhammad. Gina Murphy. Neha Murthy. Eugene Mitz. Virali Nagda. Isabel Nalepa. Nivedita Nambalat. Gayatri Narayanan. Zachariah Nasser. Valika Nayak. Dev Nai. Iman Nazari. Shauna Marie Celeste Negron. Nicholas Nahila. Jenny Nugent. Kathy Nugent. Katie Nugent. Deja Angelique Nieles. Anthony Luis Nieves. Ryan Michael Nieves. Arush Nijawan. Brian Nolasco. Sean Nugent.
Luis Nunez Miranda. Thomas O'Connor. Marissa O'Dowd. Javion Oglesby. Rere Lolua Olubii. Jesse Oronos. Joshua Ortega. Christina Osales. Miguel Osorio. Harley Owens. Emma Padulo. Sudesh Palamreddy. Kunj Pancho. Sunrit Panda. Nimisha Pant. Prem Parmar. Abhi Patel. Dhruv Patel. Dwani Patel. Monish Patel. Ne Patel. Niyati Patel. Om Patel.
Ria Patel. Ria S. Patel. Sachi Patel. Faraj Patel. Kenneth Patrick. Gia C. Peumo. Kiara Peart. Rajane Perez. Nevada Pigeon. Holly Angel Palarin. Bina Prajapati. Joelle Prats. Maha Qureshi. Miranda Reagan. Rami Raman. Vikas Rama. Rambert Daniel V. Ramirez. Sergio Ramirez Guerrero. Rishi Rana. Corey Randall Jr. Sugosha A. Rao. Aditya Rayadurgam.
Megan E. Redqua. Kristen Reyes. Faith A. Riddick. Cameron Riggins. Christina Rivera. Justin Rivera. Marquitas Q. Roach. Angelina Roberts. Jamesenia S. Roberts. Corey Robinson. Jamal N. Robinson. Leanne J. Rodriguez. Mackenzie K. Rowe. Quentin K. Rose. Jocelyn Rosa. Samantha A. Rosenthal. Hope A. Sabic. Rohan Saha. Melissa M. Salazar. Adam O. Salem. Melanie Salgado. Nicholas Sandor. Chris J. Sang. Sean Sang.
Mark Grayson.
Daniel K. Guan. Lakshmi Shravani Gunter. Lisa Guo. Bhavya P. Gupta. Sanchit Gupta. Juan Manuel Gutierrez Perez. Kelvin Guzman Baez. Samantha M. Higgins. Ashley Haynes. Ryan Haynes. McKenna M. Hempstead. Shamir Hanif. Sharez Hanif. Matthew S. Hazy. Morrissey L. Hearn. Taylor L. Hearn. Emily J. Heller. Gerald A. Herrera. Kane Jello Hervera. Davy R. Hidalgo. Meyer Higgins Griffith. Damani L. Holness. Jason Huang.
Jin Yang Huang. Mason S. Wong. Kara Ayani. Julio C. Infante. Paul A. Ionescu. Riza Islam. Claire R. Jaquette. Saida Jaffrey. Savesh Jagamohin. Lutfi Jamal Muhammad. Brandon Jaramillo. Ryan Jimenez. Vanessa Jaweo. Chris L. Johnson. Naya T. Johnson. Devin Jones. Jalen Ray Jones. Joanne A. Jones. Kassan Jordan. Matthew George. Abirud Kandala. Kashan Karavati. Parth Karakar. Mara Karim.
Sumaya J. Karim. Aman Kashmiri. Ahmed Khan Halimi. Umang Khan. Jenna Marie Kipnis. Yuri Kormilo. Layla Koz. Kimberly N. Krachik. Nicholas V. Lamarca. Dominic M. La Pelosa. Jordan K. LaRoche. Ashley A. Lawton. Annabelle Lee. Christopher J. Light. Sophia Leon. Tony Liao. Irvina S. Lim. Daniel Lobo. Eduardo A. Lopez. Melanie A. Lopez. Nico J. Lopez.
Jordan Lovett. Kevin Luna. Antoine Lunique. Katie Lee. James Lynch. Ayana Lyons. Kimberly Lyons. Alexander Maceda. Harshal Machi. Ariana Maciel. Treasure McGree. Shante Mahfood. Salma Mahmoud Omar. Carlos Maya Giarujo. Jeremiah Major. Purvi Makhijani. Zaid Malik. Shreya Manchanda. Hina Mazur. Brandon Martin. Hannah Martin. Jocelyn Martinez. Valicia Mataprasad.
Nicholas A. Santiago. Ethan D. Santoni. Alan I. Sarabia. Gianna N. Sarney. Skylar A. Satchel. Elijah D. Saunders. William M. Schwartz. Jomi Sebi. Jacqueline S. Seda. Eden S. Sellers. Michelle Serrano Mendez. Ahmed Shah. Mikhail M. Shah. Pooja P. Shah. Yash S. Shah. Yusra M. Sheikh. Pravin L. Shanmugaraj. Nicole I. Shapiro. Tanya Sharma. Meha P. Shet. Arya A. Shetty. Adebusui Y. Shitty. Xavier L. Short. Akanksha Singh. Anyarit Singh. Palak Singh. Allison Slocum. Jamie Smith Velez. Yen Hong Smythe. Dixon So. Bianca Solis. Aishwarya Sothalingam. Tareya Spears. Taran Spears. Hope Stansberry. Colin A. Stapleton. Oscar Stepien. Axel Sterling. Alexia Basie Stort. Alyssa Stoddard. Christopher Strachey. Kenny Suarez. Roddy Subramanian. Robert Sudak. Casper Sula. Moise Syed. Emily Shizek.
Danush Tabedi. Vishnavi Tanglamudi. Brittany Tapia. Juliana Antoinette Taverni. Ricardo T. Tenorio. Neha S. Thakur. Makai A. Thompson. Sophia P. Thompson. Yahir Tabone. Angelo R. Tolentino. Yasmin I. Torres. Trayvon Trapp. Gino A. Trejo. Om Trivedi. Adishri Tuladhar. Kylie Terzani. James R. Tutalo. Emily R. Urban. Ravi Teja Vidali. Pooja Vadul. Anthony F. Vargas. Kashish Varshney.
Shrikar Vidula. Francisco R. Velasquez. Medashri Veldruthi. Leslie Velez. Shrivitesh Vipuri. Carla Daniela Vera. Travis Capistrano Villafranca. Oscar A. Villar. Brianna Villegas. Nicholas Villegas. Evren Varula. Fiaza F. Vizam. Yashika Vodella. Brian H. Ward. Brandon Noble Warren. Kayla Kristen Wason. Melody Rose Wheeler. Naya A. Whitaker. Amir D. Williams. Austin N. Williams. Celeste T. Williams. Malik Williams.
Nathaniel Ryan Witkowski. Shania Wolf White. Jeanette Shalwa. Nicole Yasko. Ryan Ye. Juan Yu. Davea Marie Young. Walker Zampella. Shay Zhang. Jennifer Zhu. Nicole Zhu.
That's good, Ms. White. I would now like Dr. Reagan will hand the diploma to Erin Mariel Go, our salutatorian. And our valedictorian, Mr. Evan Keaton. Yeah, Ms. Hendricks was first. Mr. P, wrong row. Just step to the side. Ms. Hendricks, bring up the STEM Academy. I would like to present the graduates of our STEM Academy. Ashritha Akam. Aditi Desmukh. Karthik Gangareddy. Rajul Jain. Mr. Rudra Joshi. Prabhath Nalabuthu. Vincent Gwen. Durga Singh. Sakith Sitaram. Nihal Velagapudi. Nandana Vinod. And Kathleen Zhao. Our senior class advisor, Mr. Piccolo, will have some last words for the seniors before we call the officers. Mr. Piccolo?
Thank you, Mr. Ross. Good evening, class of 2021. To say that the past 16 months have been challenging is definitely an understatement. It is these challenges which make life interesting, but it's overcoming them which makes life meaningful. I am so proud and honored to have served as your class advisor, and mostly proud of how you met the challenges and pushed forward to be sitting here tonight. A special thank you to your class officers, Abigail, Rashab, Daniel, Ayush. This team of leaders always worked together with only one goal in mind: to provide you with the best senior year possible under the conditions we were forced to accept. In each class I teach, I always tell my students, it's not how much money you make or how successful you may become. It is about how much joy and passion you experience in whatever you choose to do. I know I have found my passion, and it is my greatest wish. Each of you follow your passions and reach far to pursue your dreams. Thank you, class of 2021.
Now presenting to the officers, starting off with our daily announcer, Miss Zaria Fogel. National Honor Society Secretary, Olivia Chiarella. Senior Class Secretary, Neil Patel. Student Council Treasurer, Kelly Chang. Senior Class Treasurer, Ayush Jasnani. National Honor Society Vice President, Colleen Tanra. Student Council Vice President, Christy Lee. Senior Class Co-Vice President and National Honor Society Treasurer, Mr. Rishab Gara. Senior Class Co-Vice President, Daniel Arab. Our National Honor Society President, Cassandra Scott. Our Student Council President, Ms. Crystal Ramnarine. And our Senior Class President for the class of 2021, Ms. Abigail Alvarez. I now call on Abigail, the president of your senior class, to address the class one last time.
Howdy, everybody. Perfect. Thousands of memories, hundreds of photos, one high school girl. For me, life exists in the lens of my Canon Rebel T6 camera. I capture moments in time, preserving these beautiful bits of the universe in a photograph forever. With each click, snap, and flash, I watch as the world pauses for a fraction of a second and rests in the stillness on my screen. For every game-winning goal, late-night concert, and high-energy dance, I'm there with the camera in hand, wherever, whatever, and whenever at the event. Throughout my time serving as the president of the EHS Class of 2021 Student Council and for Film Club, I've had the privilege of watching our class develop from naive freshmen to sophisticated seniors, all through a series of snapshots. These wonderful, yet ephemeral glimpses into the individual lives of our student body depict our extraordinary activities, aspirations, and achievements over the past 4 years. Nearly 500 of us have gathered here today. And for each face, I see a photograph. I see a sweaty soccer player running to their teammates to embrace them after a game-winning goal. I see a determined drum major guiding their marching band through the halftime performance. I see an animated actor belting the heart out before the curtains close. After capturing the most meaningful moments of our vibrant and diverse community, I realize that the triumphs of high school have prepared us for the tribulations of the future. Because if you look beyond the frame of each photograph, you'll find more than just simple snapshots. You'll discover captivating qualities: determination, courage, strength, enthusiasm, resilience. Truly, the class of 2021 is a photo gallery of perseverance. As much as we would love to crop out the last year and a half, this time of our lives will forever have an impact on our identity. We did not get the picture-perfect high school experience. Each day blurred into the next, life moved out of focus, and memories faded from our minds. Yet, photographs of our past high school experiences remind us of the possibility of prospering again. Reminiscing upon these better days restores our spirits. With this hope, we could strive to capture more of these picturesque pieces of time. Despite the adversity we have endured, optimism must remain at the forefront of our thoughts. Photograph by photograph, our perspective will shift. As we move forward, we must remember to reflect back on our memories. Photographs possess power: the power to unite, the power to encourage, the power to inspire. We can relive our favorite moments again and again. Like the fall prep rally, the crisp October air mixing with pure adolescent energy as each sports team dressed up in their red and gold uniforms lines up along the track to the sound of the marching band. Or the Diwali party, the cafeteria alive with a multitude of bright lights and colors all swirling together as hundreds of kids dance around to their favorite Bollywood songs. Or the winter orchestra concert, the stage lights cascading over a group of eager musicians all fiddling around with their violins, violas, cellos, and carol the bells sheet music to prepare for the instant when those velvet curtains open. We are all curators in our own museum of memories. At this moment in time, the focal point of our lives is beginning to center on new endeavors. Day by day, the aperture is widening, the exposure is brightening, the shutter speed is quickening. Life is jumping outside of the lens and into our very hands. Go ahead, reach out, and capture it. Congratulations, class of 2021, you made it.
Hello and good evening, friends, family, faculty, and fellow graduates. Thank you all for being here today. Each of you in the audience has had a profound impact on the development of the talented graduates seated on the field tonight. I would also like to thank the administration for putting together this beautiful in-person ceremony for us. I think I can speak on behalf of the entire class in expressing our gratitude for the opportunity to experience this milestone following a year of uncertainties. In spite of these uncertainties and the numerous obstacles we faced on our journey to the stage to receive our diploma today, we persevered with our heads held high. To the class of 2021, congratulations, we did it. We finally made it. Today is our day. The past 4 years were certainly no High School Musical, but the unique experiences we've shared showed us that we really are all in this together. I don't know about you, but over the last few weeks, I started to feel particularly nostalgic. So, of course, I did the most logical thing anyone with this type of feeling would do. I scavenged through Disney Plus to watch the graduation scene of every single show and movie I could think of. Although these shows were a staple of our childhood, make no mistake that they taught us valuable lessons, which we carry with us today. When these characters moved their tassel from right to left in the final moments of the last scene, we felt a rush of emotion similar to those we are feeling today. However, while the graduation of our favorite characters signaled the end of their on-screen journey, our graduation is just the beginning, a celebration of the start of a new chapter of our lives. Today is not our series finale, but rather our coming-of-age moment, our rite of passage into adulthood. I'm confident that each of you will continue to grow and prosper as we take on the world. As I look out into the crowd, I see a bunch of faces I've only seen over a Zoom call for the past 15 months. But more importantly, I see the leaders of tomorrow. I see intelligence, talent, resilience, and ambition beyond compare. These attributes have allowed us to accomplish some incredible feats during our time in high school, from our boys volleyball team winning the GMC White Division and being the first team ever to hang a banner in the gym, to our marching band being grand national champions. The variety of sports, clubs, and academic programs offered at Edison High have paved the way for us to soar out into a world full of limitless opportunities. I challenge you not to shy away from these opportunities, but instead embrace them, living each day to its fullest potential. Every day is the beginning of a new episode of your life, one that you get to cultivate a script for, direct in the way you see fit, and star center stage in. If there is one thing that I hope you take away from my speech tonight, it is that you must always believe in yourself. Never let anyone tell you what you can or cannot do. Never let any obstacle, no matter how big or how small, deter you from your dreams. Because every single one of you is more than capable of leaving your mark on the world. So as long as that you believe that you can, of course, with a little bit of faith, trust, and pixie dust. If you want to be the first person to step foot on Mars or a starting line quarterback in the NFL, I say go for it. Be the individual who you truly want to be. Be unapologetically you. In fact, my childhood idol Hannah Montana said it best. Here we are now. Everything's about to change. After tonight, we will all diverge on our separate paths and venture out into the unknown, yet exciting world that awaits us. But remember, we will always be connected by our time at the nest. Our class is truly leaving behind a legacy like no other. I mean, how many people can say they never went to school their entire senior year? Well, in person anyways. Congratulations to the class of 2021. We truly are a force to be reckoned with. As far as your next journey takes you, don't forget the lessons you've learned, the accomplishments you have made, and the memories you have created here during these past 4 years. As the credits roll on this episode of our high school series, I want to leave you with a phrase we first heard at our freshman orientation. Once an eagle, always an eagle. Thank you. Class, please rise. Please join in the turning of the tassels to signify that you are now graduates. One last cheer for the class of 2021!
Thank you.